Aren't you afraid? That's all I've heard for the past 6 and 7 weeks. And it's usually the only question that comes out when someone builds enough courage and speaks. What if something happens, or why are you even going? Or just a few. And the biggest one of them all, why you? So let me take a step back and explain. Because on April 2nd, 2015, 147 Kenyans were slain. And by slain, I mean murdered and killed, lined up on the ground for their blood to be spilled, for their faith. 4 gunmen went to Garissa, Kenya, and they spreaded the crowd. And I'm sure the phrase, "Are you a Christian?" was yelled aloud. And depending on their courage, if they could raise their hand or step forward, is what led them toward their actual graves. So the worry that comes from multiple lips are just good people trying to share a few tips. Like, I think you should stay or take a couple years off or so. But no, I just must go. And it's not because I've already purchased a ticket. It's not about the money or the cost. To me, it's about what could be lost. Because in Kenya, what we're trying to do is more than just education and well-being. What I'm trying to do has a much bigger meaning. Al-Shabaab, the one that's caused these attacks, is trying to go and steal lives. What I'm trying to do is go and save them by introducing them to someone named Christ. I'm not worried about myself, but I'm worried about their spiritual health. So what if I do what you say and I don't go? What if I stay here in my comfortable life and just have some fun? But then some man shows up to one of those villages holding a gun. I have to know that they've heard an "I love you" before a gunshot. I must know that they know there's salvation through Christ before some gun-wielding coward tells them that there's not. And now you understand why if I don't go, that'll leave my stomach in a knot. So instead of sticking around and feeling that pain, I'm gonna board my plane. I'm gonna go overseas and proclaim the name of the one who came and died for my sins. But it wasn't just my sins that he died for. He died for you, me, and every Kenyan. Matter of fact, he even died for those corrupt men. You see, he loves those corrupt men just as much as he loves me and you. So that's why there must be a change. They need to know him, because these recruited children need to know that there is something else besides this life of murder and sin. So if any of these people are watching this, it's not too late. You can lay down those guns and leave your lives of anger and hate. Because I'm telling you, you were lied to. Killing someone will not save you, but only enslave you. I'm not trying to make any fans. I'm just trying to make you all aware of his eternal plans. Because in Mark 16:15, it says, "Go out into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation." But as a nation, we see the need for help, but we only reply with hesitation. We sit around in our safe churches and homes, but we're watching fellow Christians massacred on our cellular phones. I'm not telling you that you have to go travel the world to help in this war. All I want is for you to take one step outside of your door. Instead of us worrying about if music and church or tattoos are all right, let's go out, bring others to Christ, and join in on the fight. This whole situation is scaring people away. And I'm not calling anyone out who would have decided to stay. We all have our reasons, and you have to do what you have to do. And I'm sure that my reasoning and ideas seem radical to you. But I think that it has to be done. Because I'm going, and I'm not gonna run. So all I ask for the people watching this is that you simply pray. Not just for me, but the Kenyans in need. Take a step out of the norm, go out and lead. Because the whole world still needs to know. And to your question, why me? Well, if not me, then who will go?